Would you judge a presidency based on 1 day or 6 weeks?
6 weeks.
You would judge
a whole presidency. You gave me a choice.
I'm asking. Would you judge a presidency on 1 day in the markets or a 6-week period after having just taken over?
I wouldn't. But if he's someone who said, as soon as I take office, what you're going to see is prices lower and the economy is going to be great, then you can hold him to the 6 weeks and say, no. That's what's happened is the opposite of what you promised when you're on the campaign trail.
So in 6 months from today, if it looks like we do have an upswing in manufacturing and it looks like the structural changes are benefiting people, will you come back and say, Lord have mercy, it looks like he was right?
That's Republican Scott Jennings highlighting the hypocrisy of comedian and disgraced former Democrat Senator Al Franken with one simple question. Welcome to Nurk News, I'm Nurkish, and you can almost see liberals and their lackeys in establishment media salivating after a recent report of a 2% drop in the Dow Jones. Because despite President Trump openly admitting that things may get a little bumpy after his shakeups, it's clear that his short-sighted and power-hungry opposition on the left wants something to pin on him before the midterms. Regardless of whether it's real or imaginary, here's Scott Jennings once again patiently explaining the concept of a long-term economic strategy to the intellectual kiddie table on CNN.
It's never, I think, a smart idea to analyze the health of an economy or the long-term possibilities of an economy based on 1 day in the stock market. That having been said, I think what the president has said is true. He's trying to make major structural changes in the way our economy works. We've turned off the supply of free money coming out of COVID. That combined with these tariffs, which is supposed to bring more onshoring of American manufacturing jobs, it is a long-term structural play, and obviously there are going to be some bumps in the road. The question is, short-term politically, what does that mean for him and what does that mean for the Republican Party? I think it'll help if the Congress goes ahead and makes permanent his tax cuts and other things on energy they're wanting to do. But look, he's been very honest. Bumps in the road are coming. But the long-term play here is overall net positive for the United States and the working men and women. There is some evidence already that companies are responding to the tariff strategy. We've seen several announcements of people, different industries, auto, chips, that they want to bring manufacturing, new plants into the United States.
He wants to get rid of
They're expecting that more and more over time. And their belief is the more plants you build here, the more manufacturing jobs you build here, the more you strengthen the middle and working class of this country. And that's ultimately a good thing for the United States.
You know, a lot of people are forgetting that the road to recovery is often bumpy, and there are some serious structural issues that need to be dismantled before we can start improving things again. I mean, illegal immigration is a perfect example of this. Sure, there may be short-term discomfort because businesses aren't displacing American workers and exploiting a workforce for pennies on the dollar, but the end results will ultimately be better for the country. I mean, Trump's agenda has always prioritized domestic production and self-sufficiency, which, given how things are currently set up, may cause some short-term market turbulence, but is absolutely a necessary step to take in protecting American workers and ensuring long-term prosperity. Here's Michael Singleton stunning a CNN panel by stating some hard truths and often ignored facts about the economy Trump inherited.
4 years of the Biden-Harris administration where the deficit went up, debt went up, the cost of living went up, the cost of groceries went up, the cost of child care went up. Every single sector you could look at that you could measure economically went up. It's not as if Donald Trump was handed this amazing, incredible economy that he's now all of a sudden destroying. We, Republicans, are going to have to fix what Democrats completely destroyed over 4 years. I don't think you can blame Republicans for what we're seeing.
No, I don't think that the economy was destabilized as you paint it. What I will say, though, is that the economy is not getting better. It's not even staying the same. It is the things that were promised to us are not. They are changing, and they're changing for the worse. And then on top of it, you have a budget bill that is coming up that would make it harder for people in red states and blue states around Medicaid, around Medicare, around Social Security, those social safety net programs that really do stabilize the middle class. And I hear you that people felt like we got it wrong. Democrats got it wrong. But y'all aren't getting it right now either.
It's been 1 month. Dips happen.
Day one.
It's been 1 month. Dips happen all the time. And I'm not trying to ignore the reality of working class people, but I think as it pertains to understanding the economy, understanding stock markets, anybody who invests in this stuff will tell you this occasionally occurs. I'm not freaking out about this. And again, the people who manage these portfolios that you mentioned
Rent is
aren't
due
necessarily
every month.
freaking out
What's
about
your
it
point,
either.
Ryan?
I would say that,
It really is funny how quickly the media went from gaslighting its viewers about the cost of living and spouting talking points about how the stock market isn't the economy to hysterically acting like Trump is creating another Great Depression a month and a half into his second term. I mean, at least conservatives are honest enough to acknowledge that there may be some growing pains and short-term discomfort on the way to a stronger and more self-reliant country, which is far more than I can say for anyone on the left. But let me know what you think. Is market volatility a necessary step to fix the economy, or are the risks too high? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!